gamers, CatGirl George here, and recently I've been playing the game Phantasy Star Online Episode 3, C.A.R.D Revolution, released in 2003 and developed by Sonic Team. Phantasy Star Online Episode 3, C.A.R.D Revolution is a turn-based card game that takes place 21 years after Episode 1 and 2, and unlike those first two episodes and even the fourth one that comes out after this game, 3 stands out as a unique outlier to Sega's MMO series. The mechanics of Episode 3 are interesting for the genre. You play on a gridded arena. Each player has a story character to represent their HP. Your goal is to defeat the other player's story character. Each story character falls into one of two playstyles: hunters, who use weapons to equip themselves as a means of attacking, and arcs, who summon creatures to aid them. There are further ways to make each of the 24 available story characters different, like base stats, magic user, which equipment is available to them, but they all fall under these two categories nevertheless. The card system has you playing equipment or summons, then moving, then attacking, and finally drawing back to your hand limit of 5. Much of these actions use points that are rolled for at the beginning of your turn. It should be noted that none of what I just said is properly explained. A tutorial does exist, but it's hidden in offline battles, and for these kind of games, you really need a quick introduction to its system. Doubly so because cards and their effects or their outcomes are never properly communicated. Not because it's complicated, but because so much is automated by the game, and it never feels like it needs to tell you why daggers are doing 3 damage this round, but 4 the next time. Information that could help the players strategize better. Also, customizing your deck is done with this NPC, that the game does not highlight as interactable, like it does with nearly every other NPC. Plus, figuring out what cards are good with which story character to attach to a deck to is a whole nother level of detail not fully explained. An approach like this makes sense for well-established games like Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh!, but for this new game and system, less so. Not that much of this ultimately matters, as the single campaign isn't terribly difficult. So as long as you are doing damage to the opponent and minimizing the incoming damage, victory is more or less guaranteed. Overall, Phantasy Star Online Episode 3 C.A.R.D Revolution is intriguingly okay. I certainly commend Sonic Team for trying something different, and it almost works out well. Much of my problem is the lack of clear support to learning the game, beyond being tossed into the deep end. You can currently get the game officially on GameCube, but fan servers do exist on PC. Until next time, keep on gaming.